In the women class, we spoke about using the spices over the food. Serious problem that women don't know, and that is that they use the spices and they use it over the steamy food on the fire while it's meat, and then the same spices they use over dairy food. And that's not allowed because the steam goes in the spices openings, there's holes in there, and it makes it besari, it makes it halavi, fleishik, milchik, and you can't use it for both. One needs to be very careful. If you use your spices over meat, and it's steamy food that enters inside the spices, you can't use it anymore for milchik. You'll have to use a different set of spices for besari and a different one for halavi, unless instead of pouring straight on the food, you'll use in your hand, you put it in your hand, and then you pour it into the food, and this way you keep it parv. Also, another thing that might be a chashash, and that is even if you use it over parv food. Why? Because the idea that we said on the shiur is that sometimes you'll take your spices that became meat because of the steam, and now you want to use it over food that is parv, and you're eating that parv food eventually maybe together with cheese, then you're ending up eating again something that's not permitted because of meat and dairy. And therefore one needs to be careful with that as well. It doesn't have the leniency of nat barnat, because nat barnat that we spoke in the shiur is when something becomes balua and then you clean it. But over here, nothing's become balua. Rather, it's not absorbed, but the steam goes inside and you have mamashut. So that's something that one needs to be careful. If indeed you used your spices for meat and dairy in the way that we just explained, so I asked the Skver Dayan of Steinmetz, and he told me that the spices should be thrown away. So that's a real concern. One needs to be careful with that.
Why can't you just market meat? Is it fair to mix it up?